Bonnet Lord is in the building for this video, man. Now, me personally, I'm a huge fan of realism in video games. When it comes to sport games, I always go for the simulation style because I want to be immersed in my game and feel like I'm really playing the sport. And I always love noticing the little details the devs added just to add to the realism. A recent example of this I can give is the addition of dance cams during timeouts in NBA 2K25 and the $10,000 half-court shot during halftime. Madden is always terrible when it comes to gameplay, but for presentation, it's always amazing. And then you got the returning college football at 25 with the absolutely spot-on college presentation. And now that brings me to today's topic, the WWE2K series. It seems every new game we take a step backwards in presentation instead of taking a step forward. WWE2K19 had promos, show intros, chain wrestling, rivalry cutscenes, so many amazing features and details to immerse us in the matches. But as time went on, we saw these little details get removed from the game and never added back for no reason. And that's why today I want to have a serious discussion about what needs to be in place for WWE 2K25. I want to start off with the biggest issue ever that is plaguing the WWE2K series, and that is online. And not only just online, the 2K servers in general. The main reason I buy this game is to have amazing dream matches and fun silly matches against my friends online. But unfortunately, 2K does not care about the online servers. Every single update they always paste the same message saying there was online stability improvements, but the reality is, every update they make online even more unplayable and more unstable. Even more unstable than Dean Ambrose ever was. Want to use a custom superstar online? Infinite loading screen. Want to use a cool alt attire you downloaded off community creations? Infinite loading screen. Match going over the 2K time limit? Get disconnected. It is so draining having to constantly deal with our matches getting abruptly ended because the servers can't handle our match going on for a long time, which forces us to throw the fun factor out the window so we can get the match done as quickly as possible, just so we can have a winner. It happens so often that most of the time after one crash, my friends don't even want to attempt to play online anymore because they know it's just going to happen again. So what's the point of even trying again? Do you know how toxic that is? It absolutely sucks how rare it is for us to even play anymore because we don't want to deal with how crappy the 2K servers are. And it demotivates me to even want to buy the next game because what's the point if I can't even enjoy the game? What's the point if the servers are never going to be stable? It's a reoccurring cycle. Ever since Ukes left, we haven't had a 2K game with good servers. Am I wrong? Have we not been dealing with the "a problem has occurred" screen ever since 2K22? I even remember the time where my faction ranked was disconnecting me literally 30 seconds into every match I attempted to have, and of course, in typical 2K fashion, the my faction online servers are the only stable ones. Like, when I had that issue, they dropped an update which fixed that entirely. I actually tried to play it after the update, and my faction worked. But guess what? When I also tried to play regular online after that update, it was the worst experience. It was just like I was trying to play my faction ranked a week ago. They will prioritize and make sure that everything for the mode with microtransaction works perfectly, but everything else can wait. I'm just gonna stop here before this entire video turns into an online rant, but the point still stands. Online should be the #1 priority for 2K25. There is no reason that a company like 2K can't afford to have decent stable servers for a game they have been making since 2014. Do better.
Fuck.
The next issue is Universe Mode, which needs a major overhaul because it has been the same thing for years now. There's legit no difference between 2K19 and 2K24 when it comes to Universe Mode, besides the removal of show intros and a couple more cutscenes added. I will give credit where it's due and congratulate 2K for upgrading rivalries and adding various ways to play them out. It should be getting added upon more as the new game rolls out. We also need to bring show intros back because that little detail bring a lot to the Universe Mode community and it should have never been removed in the first place. Promos should also be added back with new types like contract signings, backstage interviews, we should be able to book segments for the show and make it more in-depth. Now, I understand that's probably too much for the 2K team, and that's basically why we gotta do it ourselves for like universe mode videos. But, you know, it would make it less of a hassle for us if they could just do that. But then again, probably just too much work. Another thing that should have been added is the Superstar Shakeup that was exclusive to my career in WWE 2K18, and give it the WWE Draft presentation to add the realism factor. Speaking of draft, please let us have the option to start a new file with the WWE Draft with a customizable draft pool like we can in my GM. Another small detail I would like to see added is holiday presentations for shows. Some of y'all may say it's unnecessary, but like I said, it's the little details that matter the most. They already have special commentary for holidays when they happen in the show, so why not have special presentation too? Especially if they even go the extra mile and pre-book special match types for holiday shows like a Miracle on 34th Street fight or Halloween Trick or Treat fights already pre-booked. Now, I understand, again, this is another nitpick, and I also understand that we can go on to community creations and just download the holiday presentation ourselves, but then again, it's just like NBA 2K. In NBA 2K, when there's like a Christmas show or any of that, Valentine's Day, they have special presentation for that. Why can't we have that for WWE2K as well? You know, just a little nitpick I would like to be added. Lastly, I hope the calendar is accurate to current WWE and let us have the ability to make 2-night PLEs. That should hopefully already be in the works, considering we have had 2-night Manias and multiple 2-show NXT PLEs, so honestly, that is expected for 25. Universe mode is supposed to be a WWE sandbox, but is severely limited in creativity, so I hope in 2K25 there is more love put into it. And look, before y'all take that completely out of proportion, it's not severely limited. I understand, I might have went overboard saying severely. It's not severely limited in creativity, but at the same time, there could be a bit more depth put into it, you know? Because comparing it to NBA 2K's franchise mode, that has a lot more depth than 2K's universe mode does. I'm just saying we could get a bit more, you know? Now, the last thing I want to talk about is gameplay. Honestly, the gameplay system in 24 is the best I've played with, and that is mostly thanks to the sliders I have thanks to someone on Reddit. But one thing I really hope they bring back is chain wrestling, another mechanic that didn't need to be removed. Every WWE match always starts with chain wrestling, so I don't know why they even removed it in the first place, but please, for 25, bring it back. And please, for the match presentation, we need to be up to date. We should have the new champion and challenger graphics for title matches along with new animations for them. If Cody isn't hyping up Samantha Irving during his introduction as champion, then I'm gonna be upset, man. Not actually, but just a little bit. We also need to get actual post-launch support, because I am absolutely tired of every other sport game getting weekly roster updates, arena updates, all those special things, and the only thing we get are new My Faction cards. For example, in UFC 5, they got the new UFC 306 Spear Arena on the same day as the event. We had to wait weeks after WrestleMania 40 just to get the arena added to the game, and it's even more disappointing when you remember that it was a pre-order bonus as well. Another cool small little detail they can add to gameplay is bringing back picture-in-picture replays during the match. I found out about this on Twitter and I thought it would be a nice addition to the game, and it can always be optional to have them on too. Lastly, I hope we can get more match types added into the game, like Inferno, strap matches, multiple options for street fights like the ones I said earlier for universe mode, I quit matches. Like, some of these literally happened on TV in the past years and they still aren't in the game somehow. The Fiend and Randy Orton had their Inferno match and it's not in the game still. We've had strap matches before, it's still not in the game. We need to be up to date, man. And one more thing I want to add with the roster updates. I understand that if WWE2K were to do roster updates like NBA 2K, that would eliminate the entire point of DLC pack. But at the same time, is it really that bad? Because if anything, we could just have legend DLC packs replacing that, and then when new people get signed, we could just get them in roster update. Is that, I don't know. I guess that wouldn't work because they have to plan out the DLC before the game drops, and I guess, you know, there's contract obligations with legends. There's some legends they literally just can't get put into the game. So I understand why they have to not do roster updates, because then they wouldn't be able to do DLC. But at the same time, nah, they really wouldn't make money because no one's really gonna buy nothing for My Faction. Alright, I'll leave it alone. Alright, we have made it to the end. If you also agree with anything that I've said in this video, then help me spread this video by leaving a like and sharing it with anyone else that wants to see WWE2K improve as much as me. We need to set our expectations higher for games going forward, because if we keep staying content with what we have now, they're going to continue to take the smallest steps forward every year when we need them to take way bigger steps forward. The world is evolving and our games need to evolve with it. The WWE2K games are the ones I'm the most hyped for every year, and I hate already having nothing to do with the game after 2 months of release. I personally don't like my faction a lot, but I still play them more when I'm bored. But the biggest issue has been the online service, because I still can't have a multi-man match with just one custom superstar, or else the match just simply won't work. The servers need to be prioritized for 2K25. Alright, I'm actually done ranting now. Thank you for your time today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to hear me complain more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, and hit that like button as well. I'm gonna head out now, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.
What?